Okay, welcome back. Got that taken care of. Now we get back to fishing. That didn't take long. I know it didn't take long on the video, but it took me about 10-15 minutes, something like that. Yeah. But anyhow, we still froze up. Gonna have to restart the game, which is no fun. So we close the window. And restart the game. Doo-doo-doo. Doo-doo. That's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Oh, me. Oh, Lord, it's hard to be humble when you're perfect in every way. Mac Davis song. I can't wait to look in the mirror. I get better looking each day. To know me is to love me. I must be one hell of a man. Oh, Lord, it's hard to be humble, but I'm doing the best that I can. Okay, now let's see what we can do here. Sport, missions, there we go. Okay, we got that one done. Let's do this while we're scrolling the list and see what we can do. Quanchkin. Don't care for Tiber. That's just my personal belief. Some people like it. Got plenty of large minnows, but that's a good group of fish to catch. Warmouth, bluegill, golden shiner, white crappie, black crappie, REDEAR, sunfish. That one will probably be the toughie. Or that one. We'll just have to see. That looks like a good thing to try. Okay. Didn't get rich that time, $1,700. Ooh, I was going to turn my fan on. That's better. Okay. So let's travel to Louisiana. Louisiana, buy a license, always buy a license. I am the king of fines, so I know to buy a license. And everything we're going to do here, we do with floats. All those little fish. Guess it helped, and I bought my license too. Go there. Let's see, what are we going to use for a leave? We're going to use a little float rig, a little 12-pound float rig. Don't need no sea worms. Let's see, let's use a number 1 hook. That's just a good universal hook. Most what we're going to fish is going to be around 15 inches. And for bait, we're going to start, let's see what the weather is. It's cloudy. Cloudy and then sunny, cloudy. So let's go with leeches. I got leeches here. There we go, leeches. Got a few of them. Okay. Crickets and flies. Crickets and flies. Okay. Yellow maggots. Red worms. Mayflies. Think we got what we need. Good Lord willing, I'll find out. If not, if it's not for sale in the store, we just have to come back and get it. Hello, Mike. Good morning. Didn't see you on there. I was paying attention to what I was doing, which I don't normally do. Friends only room. Okay. Did you sleep well? Did you ever catch the uni? You hadn't bragged about it yet, so I'm figuring you didn't. I didn't show you what I was going to be using. I'm going to be using Nero 1210, 12-pound max line, Xperia MLR 2000, 11-pound, .011 fluoro, which is 10-pound, a chubby bobber, a #1 hook, and leeches for right now. So let's see what we can do over here. Hey, hog, welcome. Let's walk over here. You see where I'm at? Down here, where I want to be. I think, yeah. I think it is. Get my light on where I can see. Nope, right where I was to begin with is where I want to be. At that sunken boat. The sunken boat. So I was at the wrong place. There it is. Upside down boat, sunken boat, whatever you want to call it. And I want to fish. Looks like a boat. I want to fish right out in here. Let's see what we can do. Oops, got to have my headphones on so I can hear the ding. If I get a ding, ding-a-ling-a-ling. We'll try leeches for a little bit, and if we don't get anything with leeches, we'll go to crickets. F5 trophies. I went to Falcon earlier. I did a video and then cut it off after I caught the last one, which was a brown, and then I stopped that video or that stream and then started this one down at Quanchkin, Louisiana, so I can do the mission here. Something's moving around because there's no current in this lake, so something's moving my bobber. And I ain't heard nothing. Got it on? Yeah. I do that sometimes too. I'll put my headset on and not turn it on, wonder what in the world is going on, don't hear nothing. Oh, hog left. It says there's 2 here. Nope, just me. Just 1. Okay. All right here. That ain't quite where I wanted, but it is where it is. Bait and hook in the water, you never know what's going to happen. Good morning, Reagan. No problem. I caught them fast. I used the 1/4 ounce purple barbless and caught 4 of them, or 3 of them, and then moved over by the boats and spawned in at the boat and moved to the right, and that's where I caught the brown, casting that out there with that 1/4 ounce barbless black and white spoon. Looky there, that thing is moving around just like there's current under there. Maybe I need to put on a smaller bobber so it will be more sensitive. So let's put a slim on it. Too heavy, okay? And instead of changing bobbers, we'll just change bait. Let's put some crickets on there. I'm not hard to get along with. Hello, Easy. And how are you? And I am fine, Reagan. Thank you very much for asking. Had a good night's sleep. You know, I don't think I dreamt last night. I dream a lot. I have a very active mind. You know, you dream just microseconds before you wake up. That's what I've been read or told or whatever. And I don't remember dreaming any last night, which is kind of unusual because I have some goodies. I don't have sexual fantasy dreams or monster dreams or anything like that. But I have good, pleasant dreams. And glad to hear it. I'm fishing for the mission in Quanchkin. Yeah, you did. Maybe that was it. It was 11:43 when I said, "Holy smokes, I gotta go to bed." See, Mike's on a slow time, so it was only 10:43 to him. He wasn't too late. Move over a little bit where I can get a better angle at this right out here. We're actually just setting this on fire, aren't we? Of course, it's not 6 o'clock yet. Things have a tendency around this game to kind of unload at 6. Anyhow, what I was saying, I dream a lot. And I dream in Technicolor. The largest percentage of the population dream in black and white. I dream in color. And I don't know if that's a sign of being smart or stupid or whatever. Right now it is 10:46. a.m. Oh, I heard a ding. Ding, ding, ding. Want a ring-a-ding. Catch something. Even, there we go. We got something. That's a start. What is it? Looks like a bluegill. It is a bluegill. Oh, you know what I didn't do? Not supposed to matter, though. Dee 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 dee. There we go. Oh, I gave me credit for it. There we go. Track the mission. Yee-haw-ha. Yee-haw. Well, where are you? Where are you? Maybe I gotta go out and then go fishing again. There it is. You have to play the computer games with it. Texas. What part of Texas? My daddy was stationed at the naval base down there by Orange, Texas. We lived on the base, and then when he retired and lived in Beaumont. And I used to go down there and visit him during the summer. Take a vacation and go down. So you're on the same slow time as Mike. You'll get it. I've got a couple more markers. Austin. You're on the other side of the state. If I remember my Texas. What we got now? We got a running black crappie. Cool. That's a nice one too. They got rid of another one. See what we can do here. No, I'm not searching for unis. Just if you look at the mission up here, this is what I'm looking for. These individual fish, so I can finish that mission here. And they're fun. You don't get a whole lot of money. Mission, yes. Let me show you. Over here where it says sport, you click on beside sport, it says missions. And you can pick a lake or a river. Let's say the Nan River. Then you can go there and you travel there, and that gets rid of one. And then you try to catch these 4 species of fish. And if you do that, you get a 2-inch worm, but you also get 1 coin and $1,300. Now, some of the other ones, like Weeping Willow Exploration, you get hot spices. See, that's an expensive bait, but you get 1 coin, but you get $3,000. Okay. Cool. That is awesome. That's neat too, the Air Force Base. Let's see, Austin. I went to, I forget where I went. San Antonio. There was a military base I went to and spent one very, very long hot day in warehouses there looking at scrap computers to buy. I don't remember if I bought them or not, but I know it was long and hot. And then I bought a bunch of stuff from Sears and had to go to Brownsville and load 7 overseas container loads of cash registers and ship them to the Philippines to be tore apart. We spent almost a week there. Oh, Lordy. Driving down the road, I'm sure you know you've done this, Reagan, driving down the road, when you look out there, it's so flat, and that heat rising comes up off the road. You can't see a quarter of a mile down the road. You cannot see vehicles coming at you. And when you go to pass somebody, you can pull up behind them and either honk or signal or whatever. Okay. They'll pull off over on the shoulder, just keep on going, and you go on by, and then they pull back on the road. Because if you try to pass them at the speed you run down, they run 80, 90 mile an hour everywhere. By the time you get around them, there could be a car coming out of that heat rise that you couldn't see and crash. It's not too good. Okay. You're not cooperating too well, are you, right now? Well, I don't know. We got 2. 2 out of 6. I guess that's cooperating. Let's try right up here by the tree. Maybe there's something sleeping around the tree roots going down into the water. I don't remember the naval base Dad was. I think it was Orange. We lived on a base housing. I was young, 3, 4 years old. My brother was 2 years younger than me. They had fire ants then. So this has been 58, 59 years ago. And he was out in the backyard playing, and he sat down on the fire ant hill, and it got all in his diaper. I remember he come in the house screaming and hollering, and Mom was talking about the ants, the ants, the ants. And she jerked his diaper off of him and filled a sink full of real, not hot, but real, real warm water, and throwed his butt in that sink, and them ants come off, buddy. I mean, they was deserting a sinking ship, but he was all ready. They tore him up. I remember that part. And I have been stung a few times after I've grown up by fire ants, man. They ain't fun. Got stung once on the foot working over at my church, pounding that fence post down in to run some line to keep people from parking there. And one got me on top of my foot underneath the sandal. Holy smoke, my foot swelled up. I had like a carbuncle that big around, about that high, stuck up on my foot. It wasn't any fun, and it didn't heal real often either. Or real quick, I mean. Well, I guess that's all it's going to like. Let's try back out here at the end of the boat. We caught 2 of them out there. Maybe we'll catch something else. It released it, but it still wasn't sunk. I appreciate y'all coming to what have we got here? Bark. It says I need that one. Doesn't say what kind of bark. Looks like birch, if I had to guess. But we'll keep it. See, that's another thing that you keep go along, and it gets you a little something. Not a whole lot, a coin and maybe $1,000, but hey, it all adds up. Oh, the fire ants? Yeah. I I was doing pulling out some computers in Houston, and had a little I loaded them onto an overseas container, and then I had a little trailer pulling behind me, I had it full of copper-coated wire, computer wiring. And then I had to go to Dallas to pull out some system from the electric company there. Well, on the way up to Dallas, running the interstate, I had a flat tire on my trailer. Well, you know, trailer tires, it just ain't like you can just slap one on. It's the kind that it's got the rim, and you tighten the bolts down or the lugs around the rim, and the thing grab hold of the rim. So I didn't carry a spare. It's Sunday. I figured, well, you know what I'm going to do. So I crawled under there with my jacked it up. I unhooked it from my truck and put the dolly down, rolled under there and jacked it up. Took the tire off, got back in my truck and headed down the road. Yes, that's exactly what I was going to say. I felt something burning and stinging, and I lifted my shorts up, and one of them suckers was biting me on the inside of my leg, on my left thigh. Oh, I killed it, but good Lord, Days is putting it mildly. That hurt, stung, burned, big old carbon. I mean, that one got bigger than, I mean, it was every bit of that big. It was bad. So I told a buddy with me that was working for me, I said, any more flats? We, we, we're going to leave the trailer. I ain't going under there to do that no more. Them boogers taught me a lesson. So around the church, we have a bunch of little fire ant, not big, you know, little mounds. So I bought me some fire ant killer dust. You sprinkle it on. The workers come out, take it back in, and it's got a sweet smelling, I guess, flavor. They take it to the queen. The queen eats it. She dies. When the queen dies, the colony dies. Bam. That works pretty good. And it's done a real good job over there at the church. When my dad was living in Beaumont, he said what he did, he'd find the entrance to their underground lair or whatever you want to call it, and he'd stick a funnel down there and pour boiling hot water down the funnel. He said that does it too. Reagan, are you familiar with the ground rattlers down there? They look like worms. And they got a real old bitty tiny mouth, and there's no problem unless you're allergic to them. It's kind of like an anaphylactic shock, but if you're allergic to them, it's life-threatening. That's how he's had a little garden out behind his house. And he said they were all over in his garden. So they never bothered him, so he figured he wasn't allergic to them. He said he's heard of people wind up in the hospital with breathing apparatus for a bad shock. Got him little old, they call them ground rattlers, the little worm-looking thing, and bit him. Allergic reaction. I've had, you gotta sit down one night and try to count how many jobs I've had in my life. Finally, I just gave up. Had a lot. And I was working at a factory here in the electronics department. I was in my 50s, I guess, late 50s. And there was a young guy in there. He was 23, 24 years old. And every night we didn't have anything going on. We sit around and talk, you know. You know how guys in the factory, we just talk, shoot the bull, you know. And I say, yeah, I used to work such and such and so and so, and I did this, and I used to work here, and I did that. And one night, he got jumped up and got in my face and said, if you've worked as many places as you say you have, you'd be 180 years old. And I said, sir, when you grow up, with your attitude, you will probably work in more places than I ever have. And when you get my age, then you can say the same thing. That was it. I didn't say no more. Didn't get belligerent with him or anything. I just thought that was the end of it. It was Little Debbie Snack Foods where I was working. If you're not familiar with Little Debbie, that's McKee Baking Company, but it's Little Debbie Snack Foods. And you could eat all the Little Debbie cakes. Oh, come on, don't do that to me. Bite it and then go underneath the lilies. Shame on you. And really, they had a shelving unit, like a display unit in a store with the shelves going down like this, that they had all kinds of snack cakes in there that the, what do they call them? Sanitary engineer people. That's what it was. Which was the people that do the cleaning and picking up everything. They would keep that stocked. Well, everybody in it, I worked third shift for the last 13 years I was there, but everybody loved me because I could travel anywhere in the plant. If you worked there, you had to stay in your area within reason. I could travel anywhere in the plant. So I'd go back in shipping and find out where the better stuff was, like those little pecan pies, little snack pecan pies, the cream filled, raspberry filled, the specialty stuff that they wouldn't put out for everybody. Well, I'd get a case or two of them. I'd take them up there and put them in the break room. And people see me come with boxes, and they just, like flies on sugar. What do you got? What do you got? What do you got? And I'd get 2 or 3 of the pies out for me, and the rest of them just gone. And then a week later, a few days later, I go get something else and take it up there. Gone. So they like to see me coming down the hall headed for the break room with boxes under my arms. A friend in need is a friend indeed. Y'all remember when the state headquarters were coming out? Massachusetts and New York and Pennsylvania and all those. Well, there were a lot of people. I mean, a lot of people that worked at that plant from Alabama, which is the closest Alabama town is probably 40 or 50 miles from the bakery. But it was paid good, had good benefits, and they would drive from Alabama there to work. And when all that was going on, I took 2 dimes and a nickel and took some Scotch tape and taped them together. And I was in a break room. I put money in the Coke machine, got me a bottle of water, and pulled my change out. And I said, "Wow, I've got an Alabama quarter. Wow, I didn't even know they were out yet." And I said it loud enough that everybody in the break room could hear me. And there were 6 or 8 or 10 people going, "I want to see it, I want to see it." And that every one of them from Alabama. "I want to see it, I want to see it." And I handed out the 2 dimes, that nickel taped together. I thought they were going to beat me up. "Well, that ain't no Alabama." I said, "Yeah, that's an Alabama quarter." Isn't 2 dimes and a nickel a quarter? Oh, I don't know if I made an enemy that time or not, but they didn't particularly care for that one. This is, hello, Colin. This is Louisiana, Quanchkin. Let me show you. It ain't going to show on the world map. It shows you here where we're at. Okay? It's the map down between Lone Star and Blue Crab, down at the bottom of the U.S. map. That's where we are. Temporarily. 6:30. Let's go over here to another place and see what can happen here. Yep, the hut. The hut. The hut. Is that what I want? No, this is what I want. Do do do. Do do do. Now see, I got me a little marker here. That's where my uni white crappies are, but they're only on sunny days between 7 and 8:30. That's where the uni white crappies are. You saw which walkway I came out on. They like leeches. Come out here by these lily pad flowers and just fish over here on kind of in the middle of that bunch of lily pads right on the edge. Yeah, it was funny. I I'd get, see, we couldn't have well, we could, but you wasn't supposed to have your telephone. You could have your telephone in the break room, but then you had to take it and put it in your locker, in the locker room. That's a good place for a locker room. But anyhow, I didn't have my phone on me, but I'd have had to lean it up against a shelf where it got the whole room, and those people come around. I want to see it. I want to see it. I want to see it. We had a guy that after I come out of his electronics training, I went and got the job as an electrician, which paid a whole lot more. And I worked with a guy named Tom, and there was one of the ovens, 7-line oven was down, which is one of their major ovens. Makes a lot of money, produces a lot of cakes. And the oven went down. One section wasn't heating. So Tom and I go down there. We're working. We had to change I don't forget what it was now. Anyhow, you can talk, dear. I can't hear you.
Are you still online?
Yes, dear.
Okay.
What do you need?
I'll talk to you later.
What do you need, sweetie?
It's not real important. I'll talk to you later.
Oh, Lord, that means it's important. When your wife says, it's not important, I'll talk to you later. I'm not holding my mouth right. I'm a mouth breather. You catch it. I catch myself like that. I don't know why I do that. But I try to realize that I'm doing it and shut my mouth and smile. Try a leech to see what we get. We got a bark in the water lily. Is it raining? It's raining. Oh, I hate to waste a rainy morning. Okay. I don't have a big enough rig. Doggone. I can show you where they are. I got to get back at the hut. It's easier to come out of the hut. Flathead catfish on a rainy morning. Go right over here. See where that stump is sticking out like that? Now right there's where that, whatever the monster fish is down here, that's where it is. Okay, anyhow, come out here with it. You better have a big float rig. I've been married this past June 44 years. Come out here at the end. Now, you can't stand left, you can't stand the middle, you got to stand to the far right corner. Don't ask me why. It's a computer game. It's ones and zeros. And you cast out there 58 feet out, 59 inches down, with either large minnows, large cut. Well, I'll show you from the marker. Or frogs. And on a rainy morning, here we go, large cut. I use a 4 or 5/0 hook, as it says up here. You can use either one, but the 5/0 works better. And you'll catch, used to catch, it rained until 9 p.m. I mean 9 a.m. So you can fish from 5 to 9 a.m. and catch uni flatheads right there. Let's see if I annotated the distance out. Yeah, 59 feet out, 59 inches down. I was thinking it was 58. And alternate with frogs. When you catch a uni with the large cut, then you put on a frog. You catch a uni with a frog, then you go back to large cut. But anyhow, that's where they are. And you'll be right beside this tree. And if I'd catch her out there with this rig, it would either break the rod reel or I'd get spooled. I tell my wife we've been married 44 years and the first one or two wasn't too bad. That is just before I get hit. But she knows I'm just kidding. We get along pretty well for an old married couple. I've said before, I can't believe she's kept me around so long. She's moving something around upstairs. I don't know what it is. Is this better, Mike? We're not even getting any help here. Come on, fish. Come on, fish. Glad I got plenty of money, plenty of coins. We're just going to go to Sunday morning and see what happens. All I got to do is do this. Well, I only lost a little bit of money by going ahead. Those two little fish were $50. $50, $50. See, I don't think I've ever caught a golden shiner or a warmouth down here, so I don't have a clue where they might be. Not a clue. We may have to go hunting for them. Those would be cricket or fly bait. Some of these missions get, here we go, some of these missions get tough. Because everybody likes to catch a big fish. I really do like to catch small fish. A lot of times they're harder to catch. I mean, you can come down here and catch gar. Yeah. Thank you. That's a joke we have when we're having trouble catching things. We're not holding our mouth right. Oops. I let it get away. Doggone. That's okay. There's plenty of ones and zeros out there in the water. That's the problem with having bad eyes and being monovisual. I have to turn my head to look at the chat. And I heard the ding. Or did I? Maybe I didn't. A lot of times these fish ding at the same time it's going down, which is not nice. But that's the game. Deal with it or not. Here's my buddy. Here's my buddy. I know what he's after. He's after a root beer, hard root beer candy. You after this? Huh? Come here. Hercules. Come here. Hey, come here. You want this? Hercules. He wants you to put on the floor. Come here. Hercules, come. Here, come. Come here. Come here. Come here. Here, hold your head up. You want this? You want this? Okay, I'll put it on the floor for you. Yeah, my buddy. He's my big old horse. My big old horse dog. Yeah. What a lovey-dovey dog. Big old lovey-dovey dog. Great Pyrenees. 126 pounds. Yeah. At least that's what the vet said. Yeah. When he had all these shots. Yeah. Okay, eat your candy. Hercules, you want this? Hey, hard head. Okay, hard head. He wants to play. He'll be back for it later. Yes, he is. And I'm telling you, here he comes. Here, eat your candy. Eat your candy. Eat your candy. I'm glad he's not a lap dog. Yes, he my buddy. Oh, what I was saying is when people come knock on the door, ring the doorbell, oh, he goes off. It's a loud bark. Some of y'all heard him when he's upstairs. It's still loud down here. And he's a good guard dog. They are bred for herders in the Pyrenees Mountain of Spain for taking care of llamas and sheep and cattle and horses and whatever. Their natural enemy are wolves. And there's a friend of mine. Oh, we got a new follower. Who be it? Papa G. Thank you very much, Papa. I appreciate you. Oh, there's that candy. Crunch, crunch. Anyhow, I had a friend in. Yeah. No, he does. Now, what he does have is he has his own love seat. And it's his, believe me. There you go. That's his. And if you sit on it, or anybody comes to visit and they sit on it, when they leave, he'll go give it the sniff over and find out who sat on his seat. He doesn't like that too much. One of my older boys come over and they'll sit on it and he'll crawl up behind him and try to nudge him off of his seat. And Kelly will lean back up against him, wrap his arm around him. And he got a picture. It's hilarious. He got that look on his face like, oh Lord, let me out of here. Let me out of here. Here it is. Yeah. Let me out of here. Let me out of here. Oh me. But he's my buddy. Well, let's try something else. Let's try cricket over here and see what we can do with that. There's flies. There's crickets. See, he done with me now. He done ate his candy. He's going to head back upstairs and lay down. But Hercules, he's a male, but he's just like every woman. My aunt has two great pretty. Cool. Yes. Yes. Well, coyotes and wolves, that's what I'm saying. That's their natural. I mean, they hate three things: coyotes, wolves, and cats. They really do. Anyhow, a friend of mine, a friend of a friend, I mean, over in Middle Tennessee, has a cattle ranch, and they kept losing spring calves to the wolves and the coyotes over there, mainly the coyotes. And you lose a spring calf, you've lost a couple grand because it don't take long for them. You know, a yearling, they're ready for butchering, or 10 or 11 months, you got veal. I mean, you've lost some money. So somebody told them get a donkey. Well, if a wolf or coyote comes at a donkey, they'll kick and kill it, but they're not going to go hunting for it. So somebody else said, get Great Pyrenees because they'll take care of them for you. So the guy went and bought two of them. He bought purebreds, $1,200 a piece. He figured if they do a good job, they earn their way. Well, he said it wasn't too long for they'd be out working in the pasture, working on the fence or planting grass or whatever, and they'd see a wolf or a coyote carcass laying there with his head crushed. Where the Great Pyrenees, they'll go hunting for them. And if they come anywhere around the flock, they're history. Well, He has 6 Great Pyrenees now, and he does not lose any spring calves. So they're earning their keep, and I can believe it. Now, 3 things he really, really, really does not like. Well, any car going up down the road, boy, he barks at. He thinks if they come up the road, he thinks they ought to be going back down. If they come down the road, he thinks they ought to be going back up. He's trying to hurt them. But the UPS man, the FedEx man, and the mailman, when they come to deliver, and he's in the house, he can hear that truck, and it just sets him off. A toy Aussie. That's funny. But he doesn't like, yeah, great dogs. I have no doubt whatsoever. Now, he's a chicken dog. When he's barking at people at the door, he's not going toward the door. He's backstepping. So he's a little bit of a chicken. But I'm telling you, on the other side of the door, you can't tell it. It's loud and it sounds vicious. It sounds vicious. Papa G, I'll send you a whisper message in just a few minutes when I end this stream, telling you about the August 11th DLC giveaway for my followers and subs. So I hope you can make it between the hours of 12 and 2 p.m. August 11th is a Tuesday. That is the anniversary date of the release of Fishing Planet, released live to the public. So we're just going to honor it with a little giveaway, and I'll let Nightbox do that. So I don't want anybody to say, "Oh, you cheated. You give it to somebody." Like if Mike were to win it, y'all would think. See, Mike and I fish a lot together. We share a lot of stuff. I've known him for a pretty good while. But if Mike were to win it, you cheated, blah, 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 blah. It was rigged up for him to win, that's what I think. But if it's totally at random, now don't get me wrong. There is, with Nightbox, there is the followers. There is a percentage of winning. You can increase the percentage of winning by regular followers or just followers. And regular followers, you can go up to 10 times more luck, is what it calls. If you go up 10 times more luck, if somebody just happens to be in there that's come every once in a while, you go up to 5 times. And let's see what we got here. That's one of the devs they're talking about. There's a little glitch in the competition. He showed a picture. There's 2 people that scored exactly the same thing. The one that was in first place, his large fish was 4 point something. The guy that was in second place, his large fish was 7 point something. Well, the guy that's in second place should have been in first place. The guy in first place should have been second. And little glitch they're trying to work out. Always little things, little things, little things. Let's try a dragonfly. Flea, fly, flow, flew. Where are you? There you are. Flea, fly, a mayfly, not dragonfly, mayfly. We have a few of those around here. Hey, crazy. The new pools. I don't guess I know what you mean, the new pools. Is it pool hall pools? Going just fine. How about yourself? I tell you, Australia is kind of like the Amazon, isn't it? Everything out there wants to kill you. Or the kangaroo want to kick your tail. Cane toad that you can't pet or rub. all kind of poisonous snakes, crocodiles, uh, spiders. Okay, you will. Just keep catching fish and leveling up. You'll be all right. Takes time, unless you want to farm. Uh, Sometimes it gets a little. Oh, we catch some spotted. Got a place down there that I like. I got like 4 or 5 markers in an area. And I start at one and do a rainbow and just go across and then back, go across and then back. You see what my marker here says. I'm pretty sure it says the time. Have you? Yes, I do. It says morning. Guess what? There's no weather there. Isn't that interesting? I know it was sunny. I didn't see this is early on when I wasn't annotating my marks. That's kind of important because I don't know what size hook, I don't know what size leader, or what time. Morning is not early morning, so you know if you'll when you set a mark, a buoy, if you'll open it up, point your cursor up here to this mark, left click, then you hit backspace, and you can type whatever you want to in there. It's a limit to how long it can be, but you can put time, like the weather here is missing. You put the weather, size hook, leader, uh, stuff like that. So that next time you go there, I've probably got 240, almost 250 markers, buoys in the game. And there's no way in the world that I can remember everything about every mark. Let's go back to leeches because we're at the letter 6. Might get lucky with a white crappie. I don't care if it's a uni or not. I just need a white crappie. But that way you can, okay. Ooh, oh, you're talking about the mark in the marker buoys? Yeah. There was one guy kept taking pictures, and you got 2 rectangles in there. You got the one in the middle that tells you the weight and size of fish, and you got one over here that tells you how to move everything around. Well, every picture he took and posted on Steam had that rectangle in it too. And I told him, I sent him a private message. If you'll press your H key, it gets rid of that one over there. And he texts me back, I'll take my pictures the way I want to take my pictures. It's okay. No skin off of my nose, just trying to help. And that's what I like to do. I like to help people. Oh. Colin, it puts you time out for spamming emojis. It thought you did. That's okay. Doesn't bother me. It's just going to go. Don't mean a thing. Don't mean a thing. My understanding is I'm the only one on here whose feelings really count. Yeah. As far as deleting someone or deleting their text or whatever. And so far, see, I have a a list of words in text that I don't. I'm a Christian, so the list is kind of long as to words that I don't want to come up in text. So if anybody uses those words, the bots will catch them, and or the mods, and that text won't show up. See now on the chat window on the game, you get stars, and there's a lot of words that they star that I don't like. Night, you can't type the word NIGHT. It comes up star star star. So to get around that, I type NITE, good night, and it doesn't. But there's all kinds of words that every once in a while I say God bless you and your family. Now it doesn't star that up. But if somebody says something God da 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 da, if they don't capitalize it and it doesn't fit in that grammatically correct phrase, it stars God out, which is interesting. Okay. Sensitive. I'm sensitive, can't you tell? You're right. You still fishing falcon, Mike? Are you fishing or are you catching? There's a difference. See, right now I'm fishing. I'm not catching. Wake up, fish. Wake up. Wake up, little fishes. Wake up. Do do do. Wake up. Little fishes. Wake up. It's not time to go home. I know. Don't quit your day. Can't you use my spoon? Why can't you use your spoon? Well, if you're leaving crazy, you have a good day too. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Later to you as well. Stay safe, stay well, and God bless you and your family. And come back now, you hear? Well, we're just burning it up, aren't we? Let's go over here where there was a little fish action a while ago. I saw some bait fish jumping over here a while ago. Let's see if there's anything left there that would like a leech. Oops, threw it too hard against a tree. There we go. Oh, mercy, mercy. Okay, now I understand. Well, they're not being too cooperative right now, are they? They just aren't. Well, no ding. So let's try back over here. Let's do a 17-inch leader. 17. Get down a little deeper. Get down there where they be. You ding, get me all excited, and then swim away. Oh, come on, man. Uh-huh. Emerald is a good one to hang around, level up, make money. Save that money. Save that money. The only thing I would do at Emerald if you're catching fish is every time you can, buy a bigger keeper. Now, I know you got to leave and come back. That's part of it. But buy a bigger keeper. That will save you money, make you money by saving money. Now, I downloaded the from Microsoft Store at Fishing Planet. It's free, and I got to start all over again. So I stayed at Texas till a level 10, and then I moved up to Emerald. I had that purple quarter-ounce narrow spoon, and I've been fishing there on that game. I'm level 34 in that game, still at Emerald. Just catching fish leveled up. I've only got $99,000 in cash. I got 99 coins, and my idea is to get about 150,000 where I should be level 38 or 39, somewhere in that area, where I can get the Brutus rig, Brutus 910, and I forget the reel, but anyhow, so I can go to Michigan and either farm pike or catfish, if the catfish will start biting like they used to, which they sure ain't now. Yeah. Hey, Wicked. I just noticed you drop in, buddy. There you go. See, feeders. That's that's a European thing. Cool. 28. Way to go. I'll just you probably catch them 2 and 3 and 4 at a time. Yeah. I'll just use my spoons, or if I want to catch sauger, I'll use the. Got me another black one. Need a white one. Change color, please. Somebody got some white paint? We'll paint that fish. At least it was a fish. They're still there. But I use my lure, either that one or the black and white one, the barbless, and that's what I use up there. Oh, I understand. Okay. Bottom rods, yeah. I haven't figured out what it's going to let me put. You get the Texas rig and Carolina rig and a three-way rig. Now, a three-way rig to me is essentially the same thing as a Carolina. I mean, that's what we use around here a lot. We put our sinker on the bottom, and depending on how high up in the water we want, that's where we tie a snelled hook, which is a hook that's already tied, got a length of string on it, a little lighter than the string that you're fishing with. So if you lose anything, you don't use your sinkers, and tie it on there, and that way the bait or whatever will float in the water, anywhere from a foot to 2 feet above the bottom, 3 feet, however high you want to fish, depending on where the thermocline is. The warmer it is, the deeper you want to fish it. The colder it is, the higher you want to fish it. Whoop. See, they're still working on it. Still working on it. excuse me, the developers here are pretty conscientious. They really are. I know most of y'all know, but the new followers or the new people in the chat, I was lucky enough to be asked to join the testers, computer-based testing for the new waterways before they put them out, and really looking forward to seeing what's going to happen in Bolivia. That's the next waterway that they're working on right now. See, I got to go to Blue Crab Island, not Blue Crab, I'm sorry, Maku Maku. That was my first invite, and I got to go there about 5 weeks real time before it was released live to find bugs. And like I said before, if there is a bug in this game, wherever I go, it will find me. It will find me. And that's what they want. They want to know where those bugs are so they can correct them before they put it out to people and people get upset. It major lags. You're the only one that said anything about it so far this morning. Huh. Maybe I'm holding my mouth wrong again. Ah, there we go. Yes, sir. There's the white one. Now I gotta find those other three. REDEAR, golden shiner, and a warmouth. Let's go back over here by the sunken boat. Because we gotta do it. We're not raining now. Is that it? That ain't the sunken boat. There it is. It's over here. Upside down boat, sunken boat, whatever you want to call it. And we got leashes on. Let's try yellow maggots. And a smaller hook. Let's put a 10 on there. We're going to catch little fish. Let's catch some little fish. Huh. No, they haven't. They haven't given us. They haven't opened up for testing yet. They give us some pictures, but that's it. Interesting. 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 I didn't do anything different. Was I holding my mouth wrong again, Mike? Good. I'm glad that. See, I can't see it now. I can tell when there's drag, or shoot, not drag, lag, because when I cast, it goes up, stop, and then go on up, or it go up like this, or when I press the cast on the line, it'll go way on back, way on past it. So I know that there is some lag then. We got 3 out of 6. 3 out of 6. The one thing I don't have with me, Mike, is pinkies. I bet I can't buy them either. Small bait, small hook, small fish. Maybe if I turn my light off, I won't scare them. But see, when you're fishing for crappie, you use floating lights. Battery operated, or one that clip on your boat battery. They're like canister lights in the ceiling at your house, and they float upside down with the light shining down. That brings the bait fish up, and then the crappie or the bass or the catfish, they follow the bait fish up to the lights, so the lights draw the fish when you're fishing at night. Around here, the biggest trouble you get in is hunting at night. Spotlighting deer, oh, that is big trouble. Game warden catch you doing that, man, you lose your gun, your truck or car or whatever you got with you. I mean, they'll send you down the road with nothing but the coat on your back, and they don't care with a healthy fine. If they catch you a second or a third time, you could be looking at prison time. I mean, they're serious about night spotting deer. But those Yes, I agree. Yeah. Well, last night I was fishing for uni sauger, and I had a couple of them as I was raising the lure up out of the water. They jumped up and got the lure coming out of the water. Now it took me, I don't know, 2.5 hours, Mike, to catch that first uni, and then later on, well, before I went to bed, I advanced time to 9 o'clock, threw out there, first cast, 9:02, caught a uni sauger. You just never can tell. And they're not easy to catch. Right time, right lure. Let's try right here in front of it. That's in front of it, all right. I wonder if it'll let me drag it through the boat like it was down in Florida. Well, that's where I want to be, right there. Okay, that'll work. That, when you go to the, I think it's called the Infinity Tunnel, but anyhow, when you first spawn in, you walk right straight out, and to the left there on the bank, there's an upside down. It's either a boat or a truck hood or whatever, but you can cast on the other side of it. If you want to fish on the dock side of it, you just reel it slow, 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 and it'll come right through that hood or that boat hull or whatever it is, and you can fish right beside it. Just curious. I like to try things just to see if I can. Okay, we're on the other side. It's like in Nayland over North Carolina. You can cast and reel it back through the stump, stick it. There we go. Reel it right through. You can cast and reel back through the stumps. Yeah, I caught one by accident. I just sat sitting out in the middle of the river by the train trestle and throwing downriver in the direction with the trestle to my back with a 2.5 ounce X series spoon. Just bounced along. I caught one. No big deal. But a buddy of mine, Raffles 63, he hadn't been on in a long time. He'd been pretty sick. He spent over 2 weeks trying to catch one. And a couple of guys came on there and gave him markers. And the markers were on, if you're facing the train trestle, they were on the left. And he had 4 markers in a square area where they definitely were. I caught some in there. I caught another 2 or 3 in there. They would catch him while he was fishing there. And it took him over 2 weeks. And he just consistently went after the Univolga Xander. He just didn't have any luck. Cool. Yeah. Okay, we're going to try Mike's idea. Let me put some crickets on here. See, I'm not opposed to taking suggestions. By all means, by no means, all means, whatever means. Let's see. Let's find some lily pads here. That looks like a healthy spot. Good as healthy as any place else. Ain't doing much fishing, but I sure am doing a lot of talking. Excuse me. Ain't doing much catching. Doing a lot of fishing, but ain't doing much catching. I know where there are some little fish, but I don't know if they hit lures. But they're bass, so they don't count. Okay. We gotta have some dinging. Come on, let's do some dinging. Dinging and donging. Okay, be careful. Okay, I'll try bloodworms. Do, do, do. Well, when I have to do it this way, that light I've got up here shining in my eyes makes it hard to see the, oops, there they are. Hard to see the monitor. And let's see, I'm above, I'll do four, I'll do 13 inches. Good lucky number. Well, that didn't take long. Be right back. I don't know if I can handle all this excitement. Oh, mercy. I don't think I've ever fished out this walkway to the left here. Well, there ain't nothing going on right there. At least not momentarily. So let's see what we got here. Oh, a lot of lily pads. There'll be something going on here. Or sawgrass. Around here we call it hydrilla. They have the wildlife management area. There you go. They like mow it. They get two boats on each side of a big mess of hydro, and it might be a half a mile long, a mile long, and they got cables, and they take big old lead sinkers. I mean, lead sinkers. Drop them down in the water, and then they parallel each other and go down through there, and the cable mows at hydrilla, and it floats to the top. And they go. The only problem with that is around here, when you're bass fishing, you like to bass fish two main places. Well, three really, if you can find a underwater uh, roadway that's been flooded over. But hydrilla and riffraff, that's the structure that the bass around here like. And when they mow the river, they get rid of the hydrilla. Well, let's try a little deeper back there. Maybe they're hiding back in the water. Go to 15. Here we go. See, when you're trying to catch a fish that you don't know where they are for sure, sometimes it gets a little boring. But I've always said a hard day of fishing is better than any good day at work. While I work, work's a four-letter word. Here, fishy, fishy, fishy. You're fishy. Warmouth, shiner, and sunfish. REDEAR sunfish. Well, that's a tough one in California, I tell you. It took me a while to find that one. Oop, there's a ding. Ding-a-ling-a-ling. Come on, Bobber, get nervous. Come on, get nervous. There we go. What am it? What am it? It am a fish. What fish? It am a black crappie. But it's a fish. So they're not all dead. They haven't all left me. Thank you. With a hook and bait in the water, you never know. And the computer game is just like a pinball machine. You have no idea what's fixing to happen or when it will happen. Which way it'll go, which way the wind blows. Ones and zeros, that's all the game is. And it is a practice in futility and the exact definition of insanity. Keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over and expect a different outcome. That is the definition of insanity. Huh. Missed 2 calls from people from church. Wonder what they need. I'll find out when I could get through streaming here. Well, let's go on down the road. Already got that, so I don't need it. What's over here? Some more. Let's try. What I got here?
So then,
Still trying to catch 3 fish.
still,
I caught the first 3, but I'm still trying to catch the other 3.
hey, I might have an interview already
Cool.
with FedEx.
Really? Awesome. Good luck.
So we'll see.
You never can tell.
I've still got to go Friday to see Mr. Ward.
Ward?
Warfield.
Oh, okay. All right.
I think Hercules likes your rug. He's been laying all over it.
Well, you know why?
His scent's not on it.
Who's on it? Who sits on it? Kyrie.
Well, that's Kelly's old rug.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He said he got tired of cleaning it every 2 weeks.
I know that's right.
Uh-oh. What was that?
That was Siri.
Well, that was Siri, wasn't it?
No, you got a notification.
I missed calls.
Hey,
What?
thanks, Eric. I appreciate it.
Oh, there you go, easy. Yeah, thank you. He's working at a place now that they're about to shut her down. And I thought their business was going gangbusters because they were, I mean, he was working long and hard. And,
Appreciate it.
okay, he's still here.
I'm right here.
He's off to the side.
I'm right here.
Job's hard to find.
Especially during all this pandemic and everything that's going on.
How come did they not? It doesn't even register that I missed a call.
What do you mean? Because you didn't.
Well, What
Well,
was
go to Mist. Go
I
back
know.
here. Go to Mist. That'll tell you where and when.
Blake? Who's Blake? Oh, I know who that is. That's up at the bowling alley. I got to go up there and get my bowling ball and stuff out of there and let them have the locker back. Nice thought, both of you, Colin and Easy. Thank you very much. You'd hire him so you could fire him,
Who said that?
Mike.
I mean, I have to move up there.
Over there. He's in Missouri.
Yeah, up there.
Well, it's kind of up, I
Northwest.
guess.
Northwest from us.
Yeah, you are right. You are correct, sir.
But they're supposed to be giving me a call, and then this lady with the staff temp company contacted me about working at Volkswagen. So,
Kind of hard. Well, see, his boss out there where he's working, that building supply company, said you can work all, y'all have you work on it. He didn't work a single day, and he only worked 2 days the week before,
3 days.
3 days, and nothing so far this week. But his boss took him out Saturday, played golf with him. I told Brett, I said, I bet he didn't even kiss you, did he?
Wait, what?
Being a smart
Actually, if he's a tech, I'm looking to hire someone.
He's the one that teaches me all my computer stuff.
What do you mean by, like, tech?
Hold on a minute, Mike. I'll give him your phone number and he can call you. Oh, I got one. What'd I get? The golden shiner. There we go. Hip, hip, hooray. Should I put a marker there? No. Well, let's go back there. There's a fish there. Let's see if there's something else there.
What are you fishing with? No hook?
I've got a number 10 hook on there. It's a little tiny one.
Oh. Did you just put X? K is at the right side.
There we go. Write down his phone number and give him a call. Or whatever. I'll give you your phone number, Mike. Yeah. And he's got a bodacious gaming system, so he's got a computer. But depending on what kind of tech,
Yeah, like, I'll just
you can talk.
talk to him.
Well, that's sweet. Ranch hand. There you go.
If I ever find myself in North Texas,
You ever been on a horse?
yeah,
How many times?
twice. That would be a good experience though, to work at a farm.
No, he didn't say farm. He said ranch.
I mean, same. I mean,
No, they're not the same
okay,
thing.
it's not the same thing.
Not even close. But you still have to do a lot of handling bales of hay or baling it like you do on a farm. You just don't grow crops like you do on a farm. Work cattle, sheep, hogs. There was a player on here. There's two ladies that owned a goat farm, goat ranch down in South Texas. Doc Holliday was the name. They both fished on the same account, Doc Holliday. And I hadn't seen him on here for a long, long time.
It's rough.
Yeah. Days are long. Work is hard. It's hot. When it's hot, you're hot. When it's cold, you're cold.
are you not able to, like, I mean, you were able to wear clothes, right? Like,
Well, sometimes.
like jeans, and of course you'd wear like cowboy boots or something like that, or insulated boots.
Engineer boots. I used to ride horses for people that had horses that hadn't been ridden in a long time. Because, you know, they revert to a little bit of wild. And for me, that was interesting. I hope so. We're close. He's not a Mr. Godiva. Okay, we got a 6-shiner here. Let's go somewhere else and see what else we can get. But I had one filly. She'd had a colt and a mare. I apologize, not a filly, a mare. And she hadn't been ridden in over a year. And my ex-wife's uncle, Uncle Gibb, asked me, he said, Bobby, you ride her? I said, yes, sir. He said, would you ride her for me, please? She hadn't been ridden over. I said, sure, no big deal. Yeah, thousands of acres. Now, a lot of cowboys now ride ATVs instead of horses. That's just as bad because you still straddle, and a horse you can kind of get, you know,
The
you
vibration's
kind
the
of get
worst
the
thing.
stride.
The vibration is the worst thing.
With a 4-wheel drive, it's like you riding a washboard over.
Yeah.
Anyhow, so I go up to Uncle Gibbs and saddle her up and lead her out of the barn. And my butt no sooner hit the saddle, and she went right straight up, trying to butt me off. I grabbed the saddle horn. There wasn't going to happen. And I tightened up on the rein. She went down, went back up, down, went back up, down. Gibbs said, hit her between the ears. So when she went down, I took my fist and went, bam, right between the ears. She shook her head. Gibbs said, good Lord, don't kill her. She took off running. She ran underneath some pine trees, low branches, and I had to lay back on the saddle to keep from getting knocked off by the pine branches. Then she headed back for the barn, and I kept trying to rein her away from the barn. She laid up against the side of the barn and tried to drag me off with her leaning up against the side of the barn. And I got her away from there, got her back around the front of the barn, and she stopped. I heeled her, I kicked her, I slapped her with the reins. You know, giddy up, let's go, come on, girl. No matter what I would do, she was not going to move. She couldn't get me off by running or whatever, so she gonna get me off because she figured if she didn't move, she gonna get me off. So she did. I got off. Oh, ride horses. Okay. I got off and let her back in the barn and unsaddled her. And as far as I know, nobody ever rode her again. She just one of those mares that she was a beautiful horse, beautiful chestnut. She was bound and determined. Nobody gonna ride her anymore. And I tried when I hit her with my fist. Bam! Gibbs said, good Lord, don't kill her. I got her attention. Shook that head. That's why I call Hercules my horse, my big horse. He's just like any woman that I've ever known. He is very, very, very intelligent. He does what he wants to do, but he'll do everything that you want him to do when he wants to, when he takes a notion. That's it. And that's just like most women I've ever known. They'll do exactly what you want them to do when they want to do it. And if they don't, they don't. And that's a fact, Jack. Move on down the road.
This is exactly like my friend's horse.
Whoa, there's cool. I'm back here by the tobacco hut. Didn't even know it. There are some crazy horses. Yeah. I don't like to wear spurs. Although I do have some. Look on that bottom shelf for a second. I think that's where they are on that red shelf. Try the next one up. No, I know where they are. They're in that.
They're in your truck.
No, the spurs. They're in that.
They're right here.
Are they there? See, these are old. These are older, probably close to older than me. Aren't they pretty though? With the conch on them. Pretty. Now, most people don't know what the conch is for. That tells you whether it's a left boot or a right boot, where to put them on. But I paid a pretty penny for these. But they're old.
Well, they're Indian.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you got them.
No, I bought them because they were old. They're antique. But the guy that I bought them from, he collected BB guns, and I think I bought
You bought
eight,
about no,
eight or
you,
10. I bought a bunch of
no,
BB
you
guns.
bought about 15
Yeah,
because they were all Red Riders. And
Red Rider, Daisy.
Daisy.
Yeah, old from the 30s and 40s. Limited edition. Oh, they were pretty. I still got them too. They stay hid. Yeah. Yes. You don't have to be a horse whisperer, but it helps. But they also know they're like most animals. They can sense fear. If you're afraid of them, no, you don't want to go near them.
I'm gonna go eat some lunch.
I was doing a Boy Scout merit badge up at a ranch north of here called the Awahili Ranch, and there was a big old quarter horse named Gandalf, and everybody had to learn how to saddle and groom and brush him down after you ride and everything like that. Well, I was going to teach him how to post the gate, so everybody was either sitting on the grass or standing off beside this little gravel dirt road. Well, I had tennis shoes on. Didn't even think about it. So I get on Gandalf. Now this is a huge quarter horse. I mean, this dude is big old gray dapple quarter horse. And I go trotting across the road, and I'm posting the gate, and everything's going fine, and my right foot slipped out of the stirrup, and every time he take a step, that stirrup was slapping him. So he started picking up speed. I tried to rein him down, and still every time that stirrup kept slapping. Well, we got to a turn in the road, and I thought he was going to go straight. Well, he didn't. He planted his right front leg and went to the left. Well, I went straight ahead to the right. Now, I don't know if you remember Christopher Reeves. It used to be Superman. That's how he got hurt real bad. I mean, it broke his neck and his spine, and he wound up dying because of it eventually. Well, I hit the same way. I hit on the back of my head and rolled. And, buddy, it rang my charm. My chime. I laid there for a little bit. They all come running over. You okay? You okay? You okay? And I said, yeah. And I sat up and I was looking around. I had a helmet on. And I was sitting up looking around. And they said, what do you need? I said, my glasses. And they started laughing. You still got them on. He rang my bell. Gandalf, after he threw me off, he went back to the barn. So I got up. And it was soft. It was mud. Don't think it probably saved my life that I landed in. So I get up and head down the road. They said, where are you going? I said, I'm going to the barn. Well, what are you going to the barn for? I got to show that horse that he can't do that. So I went to the barn, led him back out, got on him, and I rode him around that pasture. I ran him and ran him and ran him till he was blowing. I mean, he was blowing hard. Got off of him, led him in the barn, unsaddled him, and brushed him down good and cooled him down and talked to him real gentle and rubbed his jaw, combed his mane and his tail. And I talked to the guy that owned the ranch a long time after that. And I said, "Did he ever try that with anybody?" He said, "No." He remembers the way you rode him in that pasture. He wasn't about to do that to anybody else. It's what you got to do. You've heard the saying, if you fall off a horse, get back up on it. Because if you don't get back up on it, you never will. Well, I wasn't worried about getting back up on the horse. I was worried about if he had some other kids up there or teenagers, letting them learn how to ride or something. If Gandalf took a notion he was going to plant them, you know, he needed to know that was the wrong thing to do. Now he knows. Well, that place was eat up with ticks. Good Lord. Yes. You know what they might get. Uh, I like to ride. But see, like I say, I'm 305 pounds. Horses don't like me to ride. I wasn't 300 pounds then. I was about 235, 240, so it wasn't too bad. That's like I get up on the horse and they look back and say, "Would one of y'all get off, please?" Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. If I had a brain, I would be absolutely dangerous. Just need 2 fish. Yes, they are. Well, I'll tell you what, too. They are expensive to maintain. With the shots, vaccinations, vet bills, farriers, it averages about $1,800 to $2,000 a year to keep a horse. And that's not boarding or feeding. I mean, it's if you have a pasture where they can graze, give them some grain and sweet feed, make sure they got plenty of water. It's about $1,800 a year, 1,800 to 2,000 average. That's an expensive pet. Now Hercules, I got a brush pile out behind the house, and he saw something go in there or something. He crawled up on that brush pile, and well, there's a sheet of plywood laying on the edge. He went up that sheet of plywood, and it slipped, and when it did, he fell down in there, and it's one of those stobs from one of those branches on that brush pile stuck up underneath his skin, up in his sternum, about that far. And I went outside to let him back in the house, and I noticed the blood on his chest, and I looked, and I could still see the stick underneath his skin where he broke it off. Well, we took him over to the animal hospital, and they did some surgery on him. About $800 worth. I mean, I never spent $800 on a dog, but I did him. I mean, he's just like a family member. Then he had to wear that collar of shame. Oh Lord, I think he'd have just soon died just to wear that collar of shame. He'd paw at it and get it up. I wound up having to, it's got loops on the back of it you can put through his collar. He'd bust him. He'd get it off. So I put some holes in it and sewed some braided rope through it and braided that around his collar so he couldn't get it off. Then I had to trim some of it down because I only had small, medium, large, and extra large. Of course, he got an extra large, but it was this long. He couldn't eat, he couldn't drink because he couldn't get his mouth down to it. So I had to trim some of it away where he wouldn't lick the stitches. Cool. He's fine. He's fine. He he don't climb up on a brush pile anymore. He sees mice or rats or little bunnies or something down there every once in a while. Buddy, he got legs this long. He could cover some territory, I tell you. He'll be up in the corner and he'll see something, and he'll fly down there and put on them brakes. But he can cover some territory. So both y'all are farming, huh? I thought you was, ranching. Riding horses, not farming. Just kidding. Well, thank you for the follow. Big Daddy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. I'll send you a little message here by whisper when I finish this. Big Toe, you from England? Where in England? I have a friend that I used to fish with a lot from East Essex. Thank you, real man. I got all kinds of stories, man. I got all kinds of stories. Yorkshire. Now, I'm doing all kind. I'm doing okay. Doing all kind. Doing okay. Doing okay, Big Daddy. I'm trying to finish this mission. We've been after warmouth and sunfish. I may have to go back over there around that boat. I think that's where warmouth are. But I tell people, I've been around a long time. If I got one story, I've got a million of them. Is that the boat? There's the boat. It comes with living life, and I love to live life to its fullest. And glory and praise be to our Lord Jesus Christ. He's granted me most of my life with good health, so I've been able to kind of do what I wanted to do. People say, I'm going to retire. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. What I do with my videos is I try to teach the way that I wish somebody would have taught me when I first started the game. There wasn't, it just didn't happen. I don't know if I can stream the Microsoft version or not. I'd have to try that. I don't think it'll show up on this. It's evidently a different platform. The one thing about the Microsoft version that you get at the Microsoft Store is you can have unlimited friends. On this version, the free-to-play from Steam, you can only have 100 friends. And I keep 100. So if anybody wants to friend me, I have to go unfriend somebody so I can friend somebody new. But there's three people I will never unfriend on here. One of them is Hilron. He was one of the PHs. He helped me tremendously, but he passed away, and so I will never unfriend him. Well, you know, you never say never, but it's not like I could find him in the game and friend him again. And then Beansy, he's an Irishman living in Wales. Well, thank you. That's a nice compliment. Did that take 5 minutes? Irishman living in Wales, and he has a rough road to hoe. And then Raffles 63, he lives in East Essex, and I email Raffles and Beansy. Beansy plays some other games. He used to play Fishing Planet a lot, but he got away from it and started going back to the kill 'em, crash 'em, beat 'em, shoot 'em games. You know, that's okay. That's what he likes. That's what he likes. And Raffles has been so sick, not with Corvid. He has another health problem that it's like arthritis times 100. And we didn't even know he was gone. I'm just kidding, Mike. No big deal. Mike takes me too serious sometimes. Now that shoe 2K, that's my son. He likes you to call him Mike. Well, we caught one out there. Let's try right in here. I'm going to have to go eat some lunch here in a little bit. Take my headset with me and leave my bait in the water, and if I hear a ding and run downstairs to see if I caught a fish. Oh, not when, not what, but when would you like me to call you? I read what I wanted to in that little repartee there. Come on, fish. Come on, fish. Come on, fish. Do me right. Do me right. For whatever it's worth, even if I end this stream, when I come back on later, I'm going to be right back here trying to catch those two fish. So, I don't give up. I might stop, but I don't give up. Okay. Bloodworms. Let's see what we might be able to touch. Let's try something just left-handed. Let's just try some good old-fashioned red worms. You never know. You never can smell. Well, I'm glad you like it. I do too. Boy, I can't read that. Real man. You are a good man. Stream and YouTube videos with mine. Yes. Good. I'm glad you like it because uh, I, I I pride myself on being a Christian, and I don't want to say or do anything that would offend me. And if I don't offend me, I'm not going to offend you or offend a child. So thank you. That's a compliment. I tell you, you're gonna make my head big. I'll tell you something. When I put these streams on YouTube, the editing software, so I can put my intro, and then that little thing about follow me, subscribe to YouTube, follow me on Twitch. That's supposed to be an end card, but by the time I slide it all, it's just like this big. By the time I slide it all the way to the end of the video, it keeps getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And when I get it to the end of these long stream videos, it's so small I can't even grab it and put it up there. So I put it next to the intro. By the way, Mizzou fan Mike, whatever he said. Did I catch a fish and not know it? Went under. Anyhow, Mizzou, he's the one that did the intro with the old man standing beside the water and that what I call the end card, the green one that says, if you like me, sub on YouTube and follow me on Twitch. But see, I've only been doing Twitch for I think 28 days when I first signed up, and one of the requirements uh, on the road to partner, which I probably never will make. I mean, it's no big deal. I'm not here to make any money. I'm here to have fun and help people. But it's to stream for 25 hours the first 30 days. And last night when I quit, I had 22 hours in 28 days. So this will take care of that. And well, thank you for that. I appreciate that as well. Another bluegill. I I just, like the old Bible adage, do unto others as you would have them do unto you, which translated also is treat others the way you want to be treated. And if people did that, the world would be a whole lot better place. It's a hard thing to do. And you got this BLM stuff going on now. Because I don't have them. I have not ad block, but they have to ask my permission to put channels on my YouTube channel, and I don't want them there. Like I said, I'm not here making money. Now, people give me donations. If you want to, fine. If not, that's okay. But all I do with a donation is spend it on stuff that I can give back to the community, back to my followers. YouTube does not have that capability, I think, to do random drawings or whatever. Like with YouTube, what's in the chat box is the people that you're talking to and following you right then. If they're in the same room with you while you're making the video. Other than that, they come and watch the video. And you have no idea when people are doing that. Let's see. They're still talking about that bug. Well, I guess at 1 o'clock, this is 28 minutes, I'm going to stop this stream and just let it sit here. Something must have took my bait while I didn't see it, because I cast here and it was right there. I just looked at it. I can't see the forest for the trees. But I'll pick it right back up here, because I will finish this today, tonight, however long it takes. I'm not stubborn or obstinate. That's the way it is. Maybe if I get 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, I might go to excuse me, a fishing product company like Strandline or Big Bubba Lures, or we have some companies around here that make lizards and worms and stuff like soft baits, like Man's, companies like that, and I might get them to sponsor me. I would charge them a lot to put one of their commercials at the beginning of my videos, but then there would be nothing after it. But that's just to give me some extra money to buy things. I've got some nice mouse pads coming that we're going to have a giveaway too. I got some hats coming we're going to have a giveaway. I can show you a picture of the hat. I had to get permission from the developers before I could do this, and they said it was okay as long as I didn't make too many. That's what the hat looks like. They're white with the Fishing Planet logo on it. Now the only difference is I kind of changed it one way. There, the big Fishing Planet letters are in gold, and on my hat they're white. So I'm not infringing on their copyright, since I have permission from them to do this. And the mouse pads, they're on their way. They're about this big. You can set your keyboard on them and still have plenty of mouse pad on either side if you want it. But they're about this big, and they're lighted. You probably have to plug them into a USB port, but you can do it where the lights stream around, or they're one color, or they flash off and on. I thought they were pretty cool. And I know cool enough, I thought I'd keep one. And I'm sure my son Brett would like one. And then his next older brother is a gamer. He plays Dead Before Dawn, or Dead Until Dawn, or something like that. And he plays competition. So I don't know what kind of mass. I don't know what kind of mouse. Look at how little Bobber is. I don't know if he has a mouse pad or not. Not like that, but I'm sure he might like one too. Let's try. Let's try flies. Move a little closer. Get closer to your work. But anyhow, they're not going to be for sale. I'm sorry. They're going to be giveaways. I'm going to give away. I'll have. Got to figure out how to do that too. They're going to be for followers. But can you follow me if you have if you're PS4? I know you can if you're Xbox and PC, but can you follow me? Or is anybody here use a PS4? I don't know if Brett's come on with his PS4 or his PC. Oops, I must be hung up. Yep. Might get him to pill around with me and see if we can do that. But anyhow, that's what I want to do with those. I want to give them away. I hope they're as nice. Oh, you're on PS4? Well, good. Good, good, good. Well, good. Oh, good, too. All right. So that means, and you're following me, so that means you would be able for the drawings, random drawings. Okay. Okie dokie. Good deal. Good deal. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Rena Kilantra? Kilanter? Is that right? Or is that close? We've got a lot of people, got some new people in here today. That's nice. I don't know about that. I just enjoy it. Thank you. Close enough. Rena Kalantir. Kalantir. Rena Kalantir. That would be my best guess. That's an unusual name, Rena. Is that short for Katrina? Well, thank you. Thank you for that follow. Thank you, thank you. The what? See, I got to get my other magnifying glass out where I can read that little printing. The Unreal Dodo. Okay. Are you extinct? Evidently not, because you're on here. Okay. Four months ago. Okay. Uh, Dodo. There are three of you, Papa and Big Daddy. When I stop the stream, I'm going to send you a little whisper about a giveaway that I'm having August the 11th. Well, good. See, I stayed on longer than I normally would. See, it's 12:40, 12:39, and normally I go from 10 to 12 and then go do some stuff. But today's Tuesday. But anyhow, I'll send you a whisper about the August 11th giveaway. Unreal. Whoa! My honey dropping stuff upstairs. She's in a cleaning mood in her dining room. Good woman. Boy, Lord really blessed me. Happy wife, happy life. Good wife, good life. They go together. They're not liking these flies, are they? At least not yet. Let's try it right along here. Hello, Dad. Oh, yeah. Cool. Oh, they did it to me again. Okay, Daddy. That's how I figured it was, but I wasn't going to comment. That was my guess. A 57 Chevy? Cool. Long time ago when I was working out at Central Soya, I needed a car. Well, this guy that peddled his cars, he had a 56 Chevy, two-door post, little 283 power pack in it, little 3-speed in the floor that he'd put on there. And I gave him $250 for it. Well, I drove it almost a year. There you go. Well, thank you, Easy. Well, thank you, Dan. Thank you. Good. I'm glad you joined us. But anyhow, I bought this 56 Chevy, and I drove it for about a year, and then rings started going bad, and wound up as 3 piston rings were gone, and the only way I could drive it around town was to pull off real slow in second gear. If I put it in first gear and wound it out, people behind me had to stop. It put up a cloud of smoke. But I liked that car. This was back in probably about 1969, 60 or 70, somewhere along in there. And it was, so anyhow, I parked it up in my driveway. There's a little $45 a month basement apartment I lived in, furnished. So you know it was a goodie. So anyhow, uh, back to Bluegill again. So anyhow, I parked it up in the driveway, and I wasn't going to drive it anymore. Hey, Frank, that's one of my buddies. Anyhow, parked up in the driveway, and I found another little 63 MGB. I gave $125 for it. It was terrible. It had the wooden frame around the window, and where people had got out of it and pulled on the frame, it was bowed. And when you put the top down on it, when it rained, you had to hold your hand up like this to get the rain out of your eyes. The driver's seat wasn't bolted down. Didn't have a radio. You couldn't start it with the key. You had to turn the key on, go out, raise the hood up, and there's a starter button over the solenoid. You had to press the starter button to start it. And that's where I had to start it. But that was a fun car. But anyhow, back to the 56 Chevy. I spread the word around I'd like to sell it or whatever. And a guy out there at where I was working said, well, I'd like to have it. I said, well, what can we work out? And he said, well, I've got a 12-gauge shotgun, and I've got back then a boombox had cassettes in it, the cassette, real cassette. And I got boombox radio cassette, and you can play and record. Well, I only wanted $100 for the car, and he said, I'll trade you that shotgun and that boombox for it. And I said, well, okay, I'll take it. So I had a title, didn't have it signed, but he brought the shotgun over, brought the boombox over, and I said, when you gonna, you'll have to pull it out. When you gonna get it? He said, I'll get it next week or so. Well, 4 or 5 months later, he still hadn't got it. And I asked him, I said, well, are you ever going to get that car? He said, I don't worry about it. I said, okay. I said, do you want your stuff back? He said, no, that was trade stuff. And okay. So another guy said he wanted it. Well, he traded me some stuff for it. A weight set and some other stuff. And the same thing happened. He never came and pulled that out. And the third guy asked me, said, what cash money we take? I said, if you'll give me $50, you can come and get it. And he gave me $50, and that afternoon he came with his dad, and they hooked that sucker up and pulled it out. It was gone. Now, if I still had that car, the doors are worth $1,000 a piece. The windshield is worth $500-600. Rear glass, side windows, the dash, the hood, the fenders. Ain't no telling what that car had been worth parted out. It was a white with a teal color two-tone. I liked the car. But I didn't have the wherewithal to put another motor in it. So it had to go. Another one of my stories. I got a million. Uh-oh. That's not too good. Trannies don't like to be jerked. That's why most of your big time racers now use automatics and use that button box. I don't know what to call it. They dial in whatever they want. They hold their button on a steering wheel on the switch, and when the light goes green, they just let it go, and the computer takes care of everything. That's not drag racing. That's remote control driving, except their remote is on the wheel. When I say wheel, most times it's a butterfly. Yeah. Well, I do start regularly Tuesday and Thursday. I start at 10 and usually go to 12. Today I'm going to go to 1. I've only got one thing to do this afternoon. Two things. I got to go pick up some subscriptions. I got to go to Lowe's, and I hope they've got LED lights that will fit up into a standard 4-foot shop light fixture. I hope they do. Buying those fluorescent bulbs often gets kind of old. You start seeing them little dark black ends on them. They get darker and darker and darker, and you know you're going to have to replace them. And they're not the easiest things to put in. So if I get I've got 2 LED fixtures in my garage now. They're good and bright. So if I get a bulb that will fit in the standard other shop lights I got, they're good for what, 10,000 hours or 50,000 hours or something like that. They probably last longer than I'll be alive. I hope I don't have to go through another quadruple heart bypass in another 6 years. Had one 4 years ago, and they're supposed to last 10 years is what I've read on the internet. So I don't know if I can go through that again. Boy, that was something else. They stripped the veins out of my right leg to use to bypass the veins on my heart. They weren't viable, so then they cut and stripped the veins out of my left leg. So now I got 2 dead big toes, half of my left foot and half my right foot. I don't get good circulation down. Oh, cool. That's nice. Big boy. Yeah, it's an experience, I tell you. I don't know if I got any more veins they could take or not. But I come out of the hospital, they have a pump-like thing to pump out the air and suction everything so you don't get infected. and it's got that tape on there that you cannot get off, buddy. Oh, there we go. Got a warm out. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. We're almost there. And here's Frank over here beside me. And they said, well, when the battery dies in the pump, just throw it away. I said, okay. Well, y'all try. The pump was on a cord about this long, and it's, about the size, I don't know, about the size of a phone, roughly, a little thicker. Y'all try to sleep with that thing. It's something else. But anyhow, before the 30 days were up, the battery went dead. So I cut it off and I threw it away. And now here I'm stuck with this big bandage on my chest. Oh, by the way, I'm Iron Man now. I've got a titanium plate in my chest, so I'm the Iron Man. But anyway, I'll tell you something else about that in a minute. But a day or so, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? So I called my cardiologist, talked to the nurse. I said, what do I do about all this bandage and everything? She said, well, just peel it off and throw it away. Go in the shower, take a good hot shower. That'll loosen it up and just peel it off, throw it away. I said, well, why didn't you tell me that to begin with instead of me worrying about what I'm supposed to do with it after I throw the battery away or throw the pump away? She said, well, I thought somebody told you. I said, no, it's better to be repetitious and make sure people know things than have us as patients guess at what we're supposed to do. So anyhow, I peeled it off and threw it away, and they'd used sutures instead of sewing me, and it's not a very good looking scar. But anyhow, I'm alive. I'm above ground. But anyhow, when I come out of the hospital, and I've got a card that I carry on my billfold that says I have a metal plate in my chest. So if I ever go through airport security, it's not supposed to sound them off. But if it does, I can show them the card and prove that I have that metal titanium plate in my chest. So I told one of my sons, he loves Iron Man, the cartoon, and he's my oldest son. He's a comic book nut, and he likes Iron Man comic books. But anyhow, I thought about getting me an LED, a light, and taping it on there underneath my t-shirt so that I'd cut a hole in my t-shirt and have that LED light shine out so I'd be like his Iron Man. I didn't do it, but I thought that would be funny. Didn't do it. Oh well. Missed a good opportunity to have some fun. Some you win, some you lose, some get rainy. Come on, I need one more fish. Come on. A red ear sun. That was the one in California that was so hard to catch. But it's on leeches. Let me see if it's on leeches here. See, that warmouth was out here. And if I remember right, where the warmouth was in California is real close to where I caught the red ear there. We'll find out. Hey, big boy. How you doing? Uh, see, big boy green. Everybody's got their color. Everybody's got their color. We're doing the mission down here, Big. I'm trying to do this Louisiana mission with all those little fish. And like I tell everybody, a lot of times them little fish is a whole lot harder to catch than the big fish. Buddy, same to you. Doing well. I say it maybe at least 365 times a year. He is. He's helpful. He sure is. When I wake up, open my eyes, and I can see the ceiling, it's a good day. Period. It's a good day. Don't want to be pushing up daisies. I read an article, or one of those click-throughs on Yahoo. I don't like them. And if they're going to show you something, you show it to them. But this was about tombstones, and it was hilarious what people put on their tombstones. Quiet, someone sleeping here. One about his wife. Now at least I can rest peacefully. It's crazy stuff like that. It's hilarious. But it was funny. Did Alaska, huh? What was the hardest one to catch in Alaska? The blue nose minnow? Yes, you're right, Dan. It's a good day. It's a good day for shining my shoes. Now see, the other part of that song, it's not a good day for singing the blues. Why sing the blues? The sun is up, even if it's raining, the sun is up, God is in his heaven. All's right. Until it ain't. It's like my wife says, I stay up late and I wake up early, and she says, you need to sleep more. It's going to shorten your life. You need to sleep more. I said, darling, bull trap. Oh, I have a technique for that one. I got a video on it too. Uh, I never was in the military, Dan. They wouldn't have me. My eyes are really, really bad, and I thought my eyes would keep me out. Graduated high school in 1965, the height of Vietnam, and my dad was 32 years in the Navy, and that's the way I was brought up. It's God, family, country, period. That there's no ifs, ands, buts, boards, or nuts. God, family, country. Okay, so I graduated, or was graduated, if you say it correctly, and I tried to join every branch of the service. They didn't draft me. I was 4F because I was sole surviving son of a combat veteran, my dad. So I was automatically 4F. So they didn't draft me, but I tried the Army, the Navy, the Marines, the Air Force. I even tried to join the Coast Guard. None of them had me. So finally, I never even got to the physical part. And I thought, well, if I get to the physical part, maybe I get lucky enough to squeeze through with my eyes. Because if I can, I was going to be a lifer, just like my dad. But anyhow, when I finally got to the Coast Guard and they just reject, I said, I got to ask you this. Why do you reject me before I even get to the physical? You haven't checked anything about me. Why are you rejecting me? All the other branches did the same thing. And the doctor there said, when you were 13 years old, you had a bowel resection. I said, yeah, I had appendectomy, and some of the scar tissue grew around my bowel, and they had to remove 18 inches and resect it. And he said, that's it. That's an automatic disqualification. I said, you're kidding me. He said, no. I said, well, if I'd have known that, I never would have said it. Now, there again, God takes care of idiots and fools, and I know I fit in there somewhere. But if I'd have gone to Vietnam, I'd probably come back in one of them black bags, because my eyes are pretty bad. A lot of my friends came back in black bags or came back in with pieces missing. It was not a good place to go. And those that didn't come back in pieces or in a black bag, they came back with their mind messed up or hooked on drugs, which was a shame too. Can I walk any further over here? Yeah. Oh yeah. I can go all the way over here. See, I've never fished over here either. Let's try these lily pads. We're just a hunting, just a hunting. And I hope y'all are remembering where these different fish are that I caught by accident. So if you ever want to do that mission, you'll have some kind of idea where, when, and with what. And kind of how. Bull trout. Back to my bull trout. If you go across the land end where those two rocks out there are parallel to each other, you take a 3-foot crawl crank, toss it out past the end of the parallel rock on the left. Don't crank it. Just keep the line tight and let it float between them rocks. And when it gets over here, crank it back in, throw it back out, and just let it float. Sunny morning, let it float. Or you can do the same with the X-series walker. Throw it out there and just let it float across the top, and you'll get that bull trout. That's the way I got my uni too. And the uni bull trout, they're about like chicken lips. They a little bit tougher. One guy was fishing with the other day said the hardest fish that he ever tried to catch in this game was a blue-nosed minnow. He said it took him forever to get one. I don't know if I've ever caught one. I guess I have. If I did, it was by accident. I try to keep my name on everything. Steam, Facebook, Twitch, whatever, all the same. That way I'm easier to find. People don't have to guess. They know who I am. Hey, anytime anyone wants to friend me on Steam, you're more than welcome to send me a friend request. I don't turn anybody down. At least I haven't yet. You never know. I got about 900 pictures that I've uploaded. Some of them are even worth looking at. Well, come on, fish. We're 103. You done made a prevaricator out of me. I said I was going to quit at 1. Well, if I upload this stream, it'll take some time till tomorrow before it ever processes, before I put it up on YouTube. But I hate to quit without getting that last fish. See, I did the falcon trout, and I plan to come down here and I can put the falcon, put the falcon trout and put my entry, and then my end card, and then the falcon mission, and then this mission. I can make it one long stream. But if it's going to take this long to catch this warmouth, I may have to start all over again. Because that stream will be long, 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 long. Let's see. Let's cheat. Am I allowed to cheat? I'm going to cheat if y'all don't mind. Let's see. Let's go here. L-U-I-S-A-N-A. M-O-U-I-S. Left off the S. Typing is not my strongest suit. See if I can get anything. I don't want uniques. They don't tell me. Or mouth. What I'm looking, I went to Yahoo and punched in Fishing Planet REDEAR SUNFISH. Nothing there. Texas. No. Oop. Blue crab. There's REDEAR SUNFISH and blue crab. I didn't know that. Nothing here. Interesting. Well, let's do it another way. Let's go here. Go into my YouTube page, then go to YouTube Home and LOUISIANA REDEAR SUNFISH. Louisiana REDEAR SUNFIsh. Okay, search. Ah, here we go. I should have known. There's another guy that's on YouTube. It's North Wind Fishing. And I'll tell you something. He's good. He really is good. I stumbled on him when a lot of information. What kind of weather we got here? Partly cloudy. 5 a.m. roughly. I gotta start over. Oh, I know where he's going. He's going back to where I catch largemouth and spots. So let's see where he's going. He's using blood bait and one hook. Oh, now he'll tell me the leader here in a minute. That's important too. Well, there you go. There you go. Okay. He's using a 15-inch leader and a #1 hook. Okay. Here we go. That's what I needed. I just need somebody to tell me, give me some direction. Okay. Let's see what our weather is. Sunny. Yes. Oh, partly cloudy. There we go. So, I need to get out here so I can find my way back to my pecan pelican hut. Oh, it's going to put me in another room, as sure as the dickens. That's okay. Oh, doggy walk. Okay. Okay, here we go. Yeah, let me get out of this. Get back in my friend's room. Frank wasn't there. When I went to see what rooms, Frank was gone. Okay. Now let's go back here. Oh, you know what I don't have? I don't have blood bait. Oh, me. Let's see if it's for sale here. Baits. I don't think it's going to sell. There it is. All right. Let's get a couple of home storage. That would figure. Well, let's go home. Home, here we come. Thank y'all for hanging with me. Anyhow, North Wind Sport Fishing on YouTube. He's good. He really is. He's helped me a lot. Oh, Lord. This is going to hurt. Yep. Whenever that limo 2 gets repaired, it's going to hurt. Bait. Where's my blood? Where's my blood? Oops, it's at home. It's not in the back. There it is. Already had some. Don't. Ah! It ain't supposed to be full. Let's get some stuff that I won't be fishing with for a while. Now maybe I'll put the blood in there. There we go. And number one hook. Okay, now we're good. Already got 15 down. Now let's go again. Here we go, loop-de-loo. Or 111. Might have to do some farming, some sturgeon farming, or some blue crab farming. It's going to throw me in a room with everybody and her brother again. Yeah, that's still a nice fish. Okay, we are raining. I don't want rain. Don't need no rain. Day 3. Okay, let's see if we can get to day 3. Turn my light on so I don't fall off. Any of y'all ever play Russian fishing before? If you're walking back like this and you go like that, you walk off in the water, you drown. You're dead. You can start all over. And the bears can come out and chase you too. They catch you, they kill you. The bears. That's where he was. Okay. Let's go to night. So I can cheat this way. Hello there. Yeah, Frank, you're on my... Frank the man. Yeah, I come back and you was gone. Russian fishing doesn't support truth and lips. Yeah. I remember the first time I tried to play it, I kept throwing you throw the fish in the net, I kept throwing it way over. I couldn't figure that out. Oh, me. Okay, come on, give me a partly cloudy morning. There we go. Now let's go out of here and see what happens. But really, if you're looking for individual fish, if you look on YouTube, North Wind Sport Fishing, he's been playing this game a long time. Hello, PS Bisexual. I'm gonna call you PT, okay? Hello, PT. Yes, he is, son. He was an early follower. Oh, be careful. KKK. Get in trouble with that. His water's a little different than mine. It sure is. Interesting. You bring this in and walk out here a little bit. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 3 bags full. I'm at the right place. I'm at the right place. Seemingly, if you look again, at the hut. Oh, nope, 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 nope. I was at the wrong place. Okay. My bad. Of course it's my bad. I'm the one that went to the wrong place. That's what I get for thinking instead of thunking. It's out there on that walkway out towards where the flatheads are. Well, thank you, Frank. Me too. See, once we make 100, then our next goal will probably 200 or 101. Oh, mercy, mercy, mercy. So that's why the water was different, because it's different. Different location. He was at 6 something. Let me try a couple minutes here and then we'll advance to 6. Oh, look at here. Don't tell me already. That was just entirely too easy. Come on, fish. Be what I need. Be what I need. Ooh, that's a nice fish. That's why it's a nice fish. It's a catfish. They like blood too. Yeah, my son do that. You know, what good does it do to buy those followers? They're never going to come and follow you on your stream. So it's just, it's just a number. And there it is. Yes. All right. All right. Success. Northwind Sport Fishing. Thank you, my buddy. Thank you. Give you a big shout out. Pretty fish. Pretty fish. Nice. Ooh, I bet that filet good too. Filet gumbo. And now, after all that work, all that time, I get $1,800, one gold corn, and some large minnows. Yes. Let's see if we can catch another one. Just, I got to while I'm here. I need to mark it, because I won't remember that one. That's a toughie here, I'm sure. So let's put a mark there. Not like I ain't got enough marks. Okay, up here at market, it's at 5 a.m. Where's my number? Number 1. Hook. 15, not 165. I'd mess somebody up. 15-inch leader. See, that's what I like to do. Now, somebody that comes, they know the bait, they know the weather, they know the time, the hook, and the leader. And I can share that mark with anybody fishing with me or any of my friends, and they'll know too. Right there it is. It is. It's a good looking fish. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. See now the Northwind Sport Fishing. He'll show you, excuse me, trophies and unis. That's what his. But I figured if there was a trophy there or a uni there might be a common there, and there was. The trophy, I think that's what all it comes on this lake. It doesn't come as a uni, but it's after 6 o'clock. Well, let's go to 6 o'clock. Let's see. You never know. You never can tell. Don't y'all be using all these coins unless you got them and can spare them. See, that coin I just got, I used. That way I used their coin instead of mine. My webcam keeps stalling. I don't know why. What did he catch? Oh, there it was. Ooh, zombie cat. Nice monster. It's the lagging, son, and we never figured out why it does it. Just sometimes it does. And in a little bit it'll clear up. At least that's what Mike's told me. Or maybe I need to spend more than $10 for a webcam. That's a little bit bigger fish. That's a little bit bigger fish. A young channel cat. Okay. Oh, that's what it was. No, I didn't hit the webcam when I went to the YouTube video. That's what I saw it jerk. Yes, that is correct. I'm on Eastern Standard Time, USA. I live in Tennessee. Here we go. What we got? Da-da. A uni. Awesome. And I'm telling you, that man is good. 609. His was at 604. Mine's 609. That man is good. I'm just telling you. Now you know what I'll do? I'll get rid of that. And then we'll do, I hope it'll let me do this. We're fixing to find out. Trash this one. Yes. Okay. Whoops, fingers in the wrong place. What else do I need to know? 609, number one hook, 15-inch leader, partly cloudy, bait. That tells the story, doesn't it? Okay, there we are. Alrighty. Practice, patience, persistence will produce. The best thing you do with competition is pick out one or two or three that you really want to do. Doesn't matter what they are. Uh, yeah, not a smart guy. No, not really. Uh, hello, Pobe. But the guys that do really good, practice, practice, practice. If they're going to go to Alaska for the uh, salmon clash, they'll learn how to catch small pink salmon and practice all kinds of weather conditions, temperatures, and get good at catching small pink salmon with, because when you go up there, you use any lure or any bait. So get good at catching small pink salmon. And at the same time, same weather, same time, whatever, get good at catching uni Chinook. So that if you go up there at different times, different weather conditions, you'll have it. And take notes. You'll have a program that you can go by that when you go to Alaska for the salmon clash, you'll have somewhere to start instead of just going up there blind. Yeah, those guys play. One of my buddies is RQC. He's in a couple different clubs, and he's a different name on here. I haven't seen him on here yet, but anyhow, he practices. He doesn't do just regular fishing anymore unless he's practicing. If he's not practicing, he's in a competition, and usually in the top 10, and a lot of times in a top 3. But and Kiss My Bass is another one. They do hours and hours and hours of practice to get good. That's their thing. They enjoy the competitions, so that's what they want to do. I just want to fish and help others and learn. So that's my advice. You've got to practice, 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 and be patient and learn. Persistence over and over and over. That's true. See, I'm retired. I probably got the time to practice, but I don't. And RQC lives in Chicago, and they're locked down, so he got plenty of time to practice down here. But I'm gonna go eat me some lunch. I I like and sincerely appreciate every one of you joining my stream, and I'll probably be on this evening. Had a request to go to uh, Blue Crab and do some bass, and when I come on this evening, I'll do that. I do that a lot. I like the bass down there, the specks. I got 50 or 60 marks down there, but I got one place that I like. Another one that I need to get better at is shoal bass. We do a little uh, speck and shoal bass fishing. I'll stream it, but I won't put it on YouTube. So let's say, what time is it? 1:30. About 2.5, 3 hours. Around 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock my time. This is Tuesday. Yeah, good TV on tonight. I watched with my wife. So that's what I'll do. That's okay, son. You too, real man. All y'all take care. Please be safe. Uh, yeah, they sure do. They just spend hours and hours on there. Uh, y'all take care too, and I appreciate you. I know I keep saying appreciate. I wish I had a better word that I could use for y'all to realize that to me it means something for you to join me, to give me your time. Time is something we don't have an unlimited amount of. Time is finite, it's not infinite. And for you to give up your time to watch me on here, I truly, truly appreciate it. And God bless you and your families. Tight lines, good luck. Catch a bunch of fish. Whatever you're going to have, big fish, little fish, catch a bunch of them. Yeah, I'm going to have me, I want to have me some smoked Vienna sausages and some tater chips. I like smoked Vienna sausages. But I'll catch y'all later, okay? So, as the old saying goes, down south, y'all come back now, you hear?